everyone. Okay, so I thought of giving you some rules, so then I would like to start this. But anyway, I'll just repeat. So today's agenda is Power BI demo, and we just understand what is Power BI or what is reporting. Reporting is the very important concept in our life, in human life. Okay, be it business, be it personal life, be it political, anywhere, a report is essential. We are in the big data era, huge data. What is three V's? Variety of data, volume of data, velocity of data, coming lots of data. So you cannot just watch that data, right? So it's just like a flow of river. Okay, you have to hold it and you have to use the water properly. Okay, somebody please take care, this unmute people. Okay, go on mute, and if you have any doubts, please unmute yourself, that talk, and you can off the camera. Okay, these are the guidelines we will pass. But yes, for the first few days you will see some disturbances for others who are very strict. Okay, but just bear with me a few days, so they will come to the stable, and we don't see any disturbances. But now coming to the point, someone from old batch, please take care, who are on mute. Okay, unmute themselves. Unfortunately, they just join from mobile, so sometimes it will automatically unmuted, right? So that is a disturbing others, but they might not know that they are disturbing others. Okay, so right. So here we understood what is a report and why report. Okay. So report is the concept. It is never ending program. Okay. It is never ending program. So we should learn any of the reporting tool, and we will understand why Power BI as a reporting tool we should learn. Okay. That we will come in the later point of time. But for now, Power BI introduced by Microsoft. Microsoft, biggest software company in the world. Okay, biggest, and yeah, biggest company. But it's invented in 2015. Okay, officially introduced in 2015 to the market in the general availability. What is this? Power BI. Power BI as a technology introduced by Microsoft in 2015 officially. Okay, and prior to that it was just baby steps. They were trying to do bits and pieces, but officially to the business they have introduced in 2015. And so how many years now? 15 plus 22, so almost 7 years. Okay, but still we can showcase our experience up to 3 4 years. Okay, 5 years is also fine, right? So my screen is not visible. Okay, yeah, this is a problem. Sometimes my screen is not visible for you. So what you need to do is, it's because of the bandwidth, internet bandwidth, which you joined from. So what you need to do, you just log off and log in. So it will be, it will match my bandwidth and you will be able to see. This is a known issue. Okay, a lot of people, they use it to complain saying that my screen is not visible. It's not because of my screen is not visible, it's because of the internet bandwidth. Okay, so my highest recommendation is for you that please, maybe not today, from tomorrow onwards, please try to join from your laptop. Okay, your investment is here. Okay, only the laptop and the internet. These are the two assets that you need to have to learn this technology, and you will get 100 times benefit out of that investment, I'm sure. Okay, that's how we are here. Okay, now before 2015, what was the reporting tool which was which Microsoft is actually offering? So we are actually talking about Microsoft stack right now. The Power BI is come from Microsoft, so I'm talking about Microsoft. So prior to 2015 and even till now, the MSBI was the reporting tool. What is MSBI? MSBI is Microsoft Business Intelligence Tool. Okay, and Power BI is also a intelligence tool. BI means business intelligence. What is BI? Business
Yes.
intelligence tool. Okay, BI means business intelligence. Actually, when I was joined in a software company, I used to have a doubt, or I used to look for on-demanding thing. Okay, how I can survive, because I came from non-IT, so I would like to survive, because I have taken a lot of risk when I changing. Um, okay, so when I changing my platform or my job area from one to another, so always there will be certain fears and challenges. Uh, the phobia will follow us, right? So obviously, so I used to the same I used to have the same, and then I used to understand, I used to think, I used to talk with my friends and everyone, whoever is my well wishers, and who are feel give good suggestions. Then I used to be mentoring with them, and then they used to suggest, okay, if you want to survive in that industry, you need to be a learner, okay, lifelong learner. And learning is, nobody can avoid it, you have to learn it. Okay, so that's where I used to think about it. Okay, then I realized, what should I learn? I understand, that's fine, okay, learning, that's fine, I'm interested. I know everybody, every time, every minute you will learn something, so why can't I learn the best thing? So when the learning is every day, every minute we learn, then why should I learn unnecessary thing? Why can't we learn the best one? So that time I realized which is the best one. So the most vibrating word is intelligence. Okay, I come across this intelligence word that time, then it was vibrating me, it was it was always reminding in my mind, saying, what is intelligence? It is not a clever, it is not too much knowledge, it is nothing, it is not that we used to have in our thought process that I had previously. But what is intelligence? Okay, and this is never go I mean, the demand never die for this intelligence word. Okay, that's what I realized after a lot of discussions and a lot of thought process. Then I realized intelligence never go down, this is always on demand. Okay, whatever you have, you might be having 100 crores or something, if you don't know, if you don't have the intelligence, I mean, I don't think that is really fruitful to have 100 crores or anything, whatever you have. Okay, so then I realized, I mean, investing in technology, investing in my career, investing into intelligence is the right choice that I decided. Then I chose MSBI that time, because I started my career in 14 years 15 years back. So that time I was always focusing, I started into a different career platform, but I switched into MSBI, and then switched into Power BI, and then moving to Azure. Okay, that's how I building my career path. Okay, I'm just giving my path, so that you can also understand like how you can plan your career future, right? So that's how we need to plan, and that's how my suggestion would be for you, right? So what is MSBI and how it is different from MSBI to Power BI? Obviously, when any technology come into picture, lot of advancements needs to be there. Otherwise, the migration from, let's say, Geo came into picture, lot of other benefits it came with, so that everybody has opted the new service provider, which is Geo, right? So otherwise, why should I trusted Airtel, I trusted BSNL, so why we should migrate? We have been habituated, and good network strength and everything that we believed, and we are doing it. But Geo come up with a very aggressive business model, saying that internet is free, very cheap price, good network, very speed internet. So all those things, you they changed and dragged the mindset into their business, right? So that's where, even for MSBI, still MSBI is there, still Airtel is there, still Geo is there, but the models, the driven business model is different. The attraction power is different. Okay, so let's understand this MSBI versus Power BI, how they are and why they are so different in terms of features and everything. Okay, so this table you see in my teaching style, but when you compare two things, when you try to give some examples, you will understand it. See, learning is having 4 to 5 steps. Okay, so let me tell you that first, and then we can understand what is this. Learning contains, you know, um, what is this? Learning depend on these 4 steps. Okay, knowledge, understanding, apply, and then skill. So then you will be a you will learn, you will become a skilled person on any topic. So when you will be in the state of understanding, when you compare, when you give examples, then you will try to apply in your real time. When you apply again and again, you will become a skilled person. So that is the reason whenever I give an assignment, I urge you to practice minimum 3 to 4 times. Definitely you will become a skilled person. It is not one day effort, but it will be throughout 1 month to 2 months, 3 months efforts to make you a skilled person. Right? Knowledge. What is knowledge? It is just a basic step. When you say Power BI, okay, it's a reporting tool. That's all. Okay, whenever you see some logo of Microsoft Power BI, okay, this is Microsoft Power BI. That's all. It's a basic level of knowledge, recall and recognize. Okay, of a word is called basic knowledge. That is the real science of knowledge word. But understanding, apply, and skill, that you need to always think when you just think about any concept which I am going to discuss in this whole 1 month course. Okay, how you are understanding, where you are applying, how you can become a skilled person on that particular area. So these 4 questions you always question yourself, right? You should remember, at least you should remember, that is the basic step of knowledge. If I talk something about data flow, what is data flow? Okay, you should remember data flow is nothing but online Power Query. So that is the basic understanding, basic knowledge, right? So then we will practice it, and then you will do lot of technical skills. Then you will become a skilled person. So that's what, any concept that you take, this first should follow you always. Okay, this is a trick, learning trick that I'm trying to give you to get the subject as quicker as possible, as much as possible, right? So now the features versus MSBI versus Power BI. Okay, so when it comes to the concept is ETL. Okay, here SSIS was the ETL tool. Here Power Query Editor is the Power Query Editor. Yeah, so bear with me, there would be some theory and then we'll go to the demo. Okay, and then I introduce and we will finish one project in the session, one complete project to understand the report development life cycle. Okay, just like software development life cycle, here we will try to understand report development life cycle. Okay, how we will understand this Power Query, Power BI service, Power BI desktop, modeling, everything I will show you in a quicker and efficient way, so that you will understand the Power BI in the session. Okay, now this is the ETL. What is ETL? Extract the data and transforming the data and load the data. So ETL is extract, transform, and load. Now the ETL has changed to ELT, which is a new ELT. ETL and ELT. Yeah, correct. So what is ELT? Extract, load, and then transform. This is the big data technology, ELT. Okay. So in the cloud computing or the big data, they actually follow this ELT process. First extract and put it into a data lake, and then transform the way you want it, the purpose that you are looking for, right? So that is the looks like the word is changing, but the architecture and everything that looks a lot different. Okay, we will talk that later. But here we are talking about only sorry, ETL, but previous still SSIS is in the demand. It's in the market still. If you have a SSIS knowledge or SSIS experience, then you will get a lot of calls. But still, that is not your cup of coffee at this moment. At this moment, I'll tell you why. Just bear with me until the demo completes, and then you can ask the question. I will give you a Q&A time so that you can ask the question. Now the modeling part. Modeling part, SSAS. Go on mute, please. Someone please mute them. Okay. So modeling here, we do have a modeling called model view. Okay. And then the reporting. Reporting is the concept. Okay. SSRS. And here we have a visualization. Okay. Visualization. So report is a concept and it's a visualization in the Power BI. Okay. And modeling is a concept. Here is SSAS. SS means SQL Server. SS means SQL Server. S means services. SQL Server services. But integration services, analysis services, reporting services. So all these are free when you buy SQL Server. So that is the MSBI. But still, this is not your cup of coffee. Why? I'll tell you why. So now coming to the benefits when it comes to Power BI versus MSBI, why Power BI is so powerful. Now, to maintain a SQL Server, you require at least 2 to 3 people, and for SSIS you require at least 4 to 5 people, and SSAS you require at least 2 to 3 people, SSRS you require at least 4 to 5 people. So throughout SQL Server to MSBI stack, you require at least 15 to 20 people. But when it comes to Power BI, less than 5 people are enough. And not only that, you have a lot of benefits, lot of other benefits, just it is an effort. So when it comes to package, so for SSIS people, if they offer 5 lakhs per annum, just imagine, here you can ask 15 lakhs per annum, because lot of benefit is there for business. Obviously, you are not the matter, actually, your technologies matter, you are giving the value to the businesses matter. Okay, that's where we are having good packages here. Okay, so why we are having a lot of packages, a lot of good packages in Power BI? Because of this cost saving. This is one of the area that we need to understand. Why can we demand so much? Because business is getting a lot of benefit. Even software companies are getting a lot of benefit. So that is the reason you can ask. Okay, we will talk. I will tell you the secrets. Like even for 5 years, you can ask 40 lakhs package. There is a market that you don't know. Even I don't know. I was don't know just before a couple of months back. But the market is like that. I know you might be vibrating when I was saying this 5 years, 40 lakhs. Yes, it is there. I'm not just giving the words. I have proofs. I can give you Quora article. If you can go and search in Quora, you will get it. Okay, I'm talking from that. Okay, so because of which MSBI still in the market, still a lot of resource crunch, because everybody knows Power BI power. So these guys are actually migrating here. So here also you have a lot of space. But again, Power BI can work with SSAS. Power BI can work with SSRS. Okay. So I'm going to touch these two things as well. SSAS and SSRS and Power BI. Why not SSIS? It is a lengthy subject and it's a complex subject and it will take time, and it's not related to Power BI at all. So I'm not going to touch that. I want to make you success. Okay, it's not about my training, it's not about my fee and all, but it's about your success. Okay, you need to follow with me to get the success as quicker as possible. Okay, so that's what you need to promise yourself and start training, start off this training. Otherwise it's waste of your money, and I mean nothing else apart from that. Okay, I'm giving all facts. I don't want to hide anything. It's the internet era. You will get everything out there in the YouTube, Google, and everywhere. Okay, so now coming to the point, what kind of analysis you should be having your what kind of report that you should have before start this course, right? You should have at least understand what is Power BI. You might have gone through YouTube demos, right? So that's the reason I'm not copying anything from any YouTube demo. You might seen a lot of YouTube demos out there. I don't want to give that, right? Even if you see my previous demo and this demo, you will see a lot of difference. I don't like repeating the same things, which actually getting bored. Okay, fine. Now the key thing that you need to understand is the Naukri search. Naukri. What you need to search? Don't log in. Don't create your profile right now. Open your Naukri app. Just install in your mobile. Go to Play Store. Search for Naukri. Install the app. Search Power BI. That's all. You need to daily search at least 1 or 2 times. I will tell you why. And then YouTube. Actually, you should have do this before, but now even couple of days you try to do this and understand the growth for Power BI. If you still not convinced with my demo, you can still search it. Okay, and there are a lot of YouTube channels out there who can give you better than me. Okay, because I'm not hiding myself, or I'm not I'm not saying that I'm the best. Okay, but what you are going to get extra out of YouTube or any other channels that they are giving is some additional features that I have. That's what I can definitely tell you. Okay, that is the reason you might be referred here, right? And these guys are all learning with me, right? So that is the reason. Okay, still you can have a YouTube as a side track, and Naukri you must do daily 1 or 2 times searching Power BI. Why you should search? Why you should search? Because what market is actually looking for as a Power BI product, right? So you are going to work on it, like what kind of skills they want to have in Power BI. So throughout the training, you need to understand, you need to align this Power BI training with the Naukri profile search, Naukri job offers. What HCL is asking, what Infosys is asking, what IBM is asking, what kind of each company might have a different project needs on the same technology. Somebody might ask for admin, somebody might ask for development, somebody might asking with SAS with Power BI, somebody asking with SSRS migration to Power BI, somebody might asking with SQL Server with Power BI, somebody might asking with direct query Power BI. Lot of requirements are there, lot of varieties of requirements are there. Okay, so you need to search all those requirements and note down. This is your research report that you should have before start this course. But that's okay, you can still do it, right? And then you can use YouTube, but only for this training. What you need to do is whatever the topic that I discussed, go and search YouTube. Okay, if I ask you to don't do that, you won't do. Okay, you won't listen to me. You will definitely do that, but do it. I'm saying don't do that, but do it. But only thing is you just research on the topic what we discussed that day, so that you will get depth subject and deeper subject, and you will be focused focused learning will be attained there. So that is the reason, that's how you can use YouTube. See, we have lot of subject over there in the internet, YouTube or any other online trainings, right? But how focus you invest, how much time and money you invest is matter. So time is not the real investment. Your focus is your real investment. Okay, your focus is your real investment, right? So just follow these two activities daily, at least, you know I mean till couple of days, then definitely you will believe me and you follow what I say, because our assignments will get grow day by day, so that you have to do those things, and you will realize that this is the real training, so that you will follow. But until you get busy, because initially you will have a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of passion to do something else, and then then later it might go down. But again, I will push you up to knock your door to remind your goal and everything. But that's what you can do. Okay, so now what we understand so far: daily 2 times now search for Power BI, and we understand what is intelligence. No, I yet to come to intelligence. Okay, I will come to this part, right? So, but what we understand is the different features, different concepts. These are the features or concepts. Okay, concepts. I can say concepts. Okay, concepts. So ETL concept can be done using SSIS and Power Query Editor, but there is a difference. We will talk that deeper in the course, later in the course. Okay, but modeling SSIS, and we can also do in the same in the model view in Power BI. Okay, reporting SSRS still we do in the visualization. So these 3 plus SQL Server, 4 tools is equal to a Power BI. Lot of cost saving, lot of technology advancement, right? So that is the reason Power BI is so demanded in the market. Though it just came in 2015 in the general availability, it is just a 7 years technology, but in the business is actually growing for the last 2 years. Okay, everybody is realized, and it's most demanding skill. If you go and search in Gartner report, you will understand. Okay, Gartner is what? It's a community where they will try to understand all type of technologies in different dimensions. Who is the best? Okay, in one dimension I would be the best, in another dimension you would be the best, but in reporting dimension, who is the best? Who is the leader in the market? So Power BI is leader in the market. Okay, when it compares to ClickView, Tableau, okay, Data Stage, whatever it is, Informatica, right? Lot of reporting tools out there, but still Power BI is leading in the market. Okay, so that's where we are here. Okay, now still, why should I learn? Because you will get very good packages in the market right now. Okay, and it's easy. This is the easy to learn. But why still you are getting packages? Because of this cost saving, because of this technology advancement, because of Power BI capabilities. We will talk that later. But a lot of other advantages still there. Not only this, 15 to 20 people to become 4 to 5 people. Okay, that is a cost saving. But not only that, a lot of other features we will talk that little while. So easy to learn, anybody can learn. Okay, easy to learn, anybody can learn. No prerequisites are there. I mean, at least you should have a basic computer knowledge, and you should know how to use internet, laptop, join Skype calls. I mean, these are enough. And most important thing that you need to have is your passion, your focus, your time, right? If you have, then you can learn it. Otherwise, I mean, the consequences, right? So that's you need to understand, right? So now easy to learn, getting lot of packages. more demanding in the market. So these are the reasons that is the reason you should learn this. More demanding when compared to other technologies in the market. Right? So what is this? It's a reporting tool. And why we need to learn? Because it's easy to learn, no prerequisites, no prerequisites. Okay. So when to learn? Okay, when is our training? So morning, every day morning, or 7 a.m. to daily 8 a.m. But there is 30 minutes for Q&A, answers. Okay, or it might go to 8:30. Okay, so the 30 minutes are variance. It might go 8:15, 8:28. Okay, so this is, and where you will learn, it's completely online. Okay, online, right? Skype and right, Skype mostly, right? So what you require is you require internet and laptop. So they will ask what kind of laptop I require. At least 4 GB RAM, okay, and Windows 10. These are the basic requirements. But again, what kind of process? Next question. You can have at least i3 processor or equivalent, okay. So that's up to you. But Microsoft is not talking anything about the processor, but they are talking minimum 4 GB RAM and Windows 10 is at least they should have. Okay, this is a basic requirement. Okay, now how we are going to learn this? Okay, so actually I talked about a few concepts, but still you need to practice daily. Okay, I will give you assignments. Okay, I will talk about real-time scenarios. I will prepare you for interview. Okay, I've been in interview panel. I have been interviewed a lot of people. Okay, I have involved a lot of, I participate in a lot of interviews, directly, indirectly. So I know the concepts. I can assure you that the concepts will definitely help you. Okay, so I will teach you a lot of interview questions, how they will ask and why they will ask, that how can you answer them so that you can easily get the job. So that's how you are going to learn. So I will give you assignments and real-time scenarios. There will be real-time scenarios. So technology cannot be used just as it is, right? So sometimes for our requirement, this technology might not be suits, but we need to just do workarounds. Okay. So customer will ask something else which is not possible right directly, but to achieve that you will tweak something to overcome that problem, or you will suggest some alternate solutions. So those are all real-time scenarios. There is a must-ask question: what are the challenges that you faced? Okay, so I will tell you a lot of challenges, a lot of scenarios, and I will give you assignments. If you do my assignments, definitely you can work independently without asking any help from anyone. That's for sure. That's my gut feelings. Okay, so that level of assignments I do have, but I could not able to deliver when and where, but definitely I will share you. But first understand the basic concepts and try to practice whatever the assignments. See, I can give you, see, lot of subject is out there in the internet. Okay, but how efficiently, what is the important and the efficient assignment is that matters to realize, understand the subject most, right? So that's where I'm trying to think, okay, which assignment will make you more interesting, which will understand you more different concepts in a different way, which suits for real time. Okay, all these things keep in mind. We prepare the assignments. Okay, and we are also going to work with a project-based learning. It's not just concept-wise learning. See, trainings will be in a different ways we can train. Okay, concept-wise training. Okay, project-based training, right? So here my training would be a project-based training. Okay, always I will take a project and we will work on that and we will publish. Okay, moreover, here I will give you a Power BI service, which is nothing but your real time, 100% real time. So actually, what is Power BI service? Power BI consists of two things. Okay, I'm going actually little fast because we need to finish the demo. I will finish it in 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, Power BI consists of two things. One is Power BI desktop. Okay, Power BI desktop and Power BI service. What is that and what is this? Okay, so Power BI desktop is a free developer tool. It's free developer tool. No need to pay anything for anyone. But then if it is free, then how Microsoft will invest a lot of time and money and get the business, right? So obviously they will get the business from Power BI service. It is a subscription based model. Okay, but I will give you there are three types of subscriptions that are out there in the market, 3 to 4 types, if I extend more. Okay, 4 types of subscription out there in the market, but I will give you 2 to 3 subscription features that you can avail, right? So pro, premium and embedded, right? So we will you can have it. I will explain you in detail, right? But I will give you Power BI service for free from my side. Okay, not from Microsoft side. Okay, you can practice for 60 days, right? And that is not possible by you or yourself. Just having you with your personal email address, it's not possible. If you have your company email address, still you can have it, but if you don't have your company email address, then you could not be able to do it. So to get the Power BI service for 60 days free, at least you should have a company email address, or I will give you for free for 60 days with my company email address. Not my company, but I have created a company, so I will give you that to get this Power BI service for 60 days to practice unlimited use cases. Why I'm saying unlimited? Because when you join the job, you will be limited with your role. Either you could be a contributor, could be a viewer, could be a member, could be an admin, but you will tied with a lot of rules and restrictions when it comes to a job, because everything they will not put you in your hand, right? So there would be rules and regulations. You cannot do everything in the real time, but in my training, in my Power BI service, you can do anything and everything. Nobody stop you, but don't delete others report. Okay, so you are saying don't stop me, I am deleting everything. No, that is not the thing, right? So but here you can do admin side, you can do development side, you can do maintenance side, you can do anything and everything. So that's the biggest offering that I have, that I'm going to give it for free. Okay, here pro license is $10, which is 750 rupees. Again, I'm not going to charge extra anything, but still I'm saying not even pro, I'm going to give premium per user. It's almost $5,000 per month, I guess. Okay, embedded subscription could be $750 per month, but I'm going with you can try embedded service, embedded subscription and premium subscription for free for 2 months for 60 days. Okay, so that is an extra offer that I'm going to give, along with the real-time scenarios, along with assignments. Okay, along with my 14 to 15 batches I've completed so far officially, but unofficially I've trained a lot of people. I've mentored. See, here you need to understand other 3 things: training, coaching and mentoring. These 3 are not the same. Okay, so you might be get trained somewhere else, but coaching is different. Coach will be there with you to get until you get succeed, right? So you might have seen teams might have a coaches, so they will be there with the team in every step of the decision, and they will go and go for the tournaments and until you get the final cup, right? So that is a coach, right? So training, coaching, and mentoring. Mentor is a like he will not be with you, but he will just give a single word, and that word will make you a lot of differences in your career. So I have been mentored a lot of people. So that's where from their 11 lakh package to they got 24 to 28 lakhs packages just because of my single technique, right? So that is called mentoring. So I'm not saying that it is just because of me. It's because of the word, that mentoring concept I'm just trying to explain you. Okay, so one lady came with me with our 11 lakhs package and she got trained here, and I just given the advices and mentoring, so saying that this is how you can get the good packages. Okay, I did not say that you will get 28 lakh package, but this is how you will get it. So she reached up to 28 lakh package. You might be reaching 40 lakhs. Okay, it's not false promises to just join my course, but trust me, that's there. Okay, so now let's understand the RDLS. What is RDLS? It's just like SDLC. Sorry, SDLC, software development life cycle. Here also report development life cycle. Okay, actually any report is also a software, so you think that it's a software development life cycle, but here we will talk about the report development life cycle. How a report will be developed and how that lifespan and how you will see the cycle of development, how a report is continuously improved. Once you develop the report, the story is not end there. You need to maintain, right? You need to do a lot of maintenance activities, then only the report will be useful. Otherwise it's stale report, you can simply delete it. Once you make the decision, if it is no longer required, then you can simply delete it. But not every report is not just like that. Once you make the decision, you will not delete, but the report will be always there for you to take the better decision every time in the real time, right? So for that purpose, here we are going to see a sample project. Okay, and I'll tell you how to download and install. Okay, download the Power BI desktop as it's a free software. I will tell you right now how to download and install, and I will also show you how our Power BI service looks like and how many reports that we have developed so far in the previous batch, so that you can understand the same thing, right? So now let's jump into the demo. To understand, we need to search for Power BI desktop. Just whenever you search Power BI desktop, you will get this auto suggestions. You see this powerbi.microsoft.com link. Okay, you need to click on this. Okay, and you see, okay, you might see this page, but if you see download or don't see download, that's fine, but you need to go to this products and click on this Power BI desktop. Now you should not click this download free. Why? Because it will pointing to the store, okay, Microsoft Store, and sometimes that store might not be updated the latest version. Sometimes I'm saying, okay, so that is the reason I suggest you to use this. I have a separate video for this. I will share with you to just download and install process, but I'm showing you still. Okay, so this is what you need to click to download, and then you will see two options. Which option you need to choose? I'm going to choose 64-bit because my machine is 64-bit. How do I know my machine is 64-bit? Because you need to go to this PC properties, and so that you will understand. Here you will see in the about page automatically opens. Now you see system type is 64-bit operating system. I have 8 GB RAM and mine is Windows i7 processor, 5th generation. This is actually talks about your generation, 5th generation, and this is the speed, the speed of the processor, 2.6 gigahertz to 2.59 gigahertz. Okay, and I mean that's all. I have a Windows 10 Pro edition. That's fine. This is the operating system that I have, and I'm closing here. Okay, so now I decided, if you don't know your mission and you could not able to see it, then simply choose this. Okay, you don't need to choose this. Simply choose it, and this will automatically decides it will go and validate your mission type, and then it will install that required software. Okay, if some missions might be 32-bit, choose this. Okay, that's fine. What is the 32-bit and 62-bit? The rate, the data rate that go through the BIOS, right? The 64-bit is the double data, the pipe size. Okay, that is the only difference I can just give you at the moment. Once you click the download, you will see downloading will happens. See, if you are using Edge, then you would see somewhere here. If you download in the Chrome, you will see somewhere here. Okay, once the download, you should click on this show folder, show in folder. Then this you will see the exe file. This is still downloading, so you will see, what you need to do is you need to double click it. I will give you that video if you still face some challenges, because I have already downloaded, so that is the reason. This is a downloaded one. You need to double click, and it will open up, and simply you click next. That's all. Okay, that's how it will. It's already there, so that is the reason. Do you want to repair or remove? I don't want to do anything, repair or remove, so that is the reason I'm going back. But simply for you, just needs to click next. It will install. Okay, so if you still face any challenges, please talk to me tomorrow after the class, so I will guide you. But at least you should have a Windows 10 operating system, and Edge browser should be IE 10 and above. Okay, Edge browser should be installed. This Edge one. See, I have installed somewhere. Yeah, this one. Okay, so if not, then you would not be able to install it. Okay, Windows 7 won't work. Windows 7 won't work. Right? So this is how that you need to download. I have downloaded and I pinned to taskbar. Okay, this is how you can pin. Okay, I'm going to open that, but before that we need to understand the project, what I'm going to do with it. Okay, I will tell you what is Power BI Desktop looks like, and then we will take a simple project, very simple project. I don't do a lot of things, but I'll do a simple project. I will try to understand this IMF data. Okay, international maturity funds or some mutual funds or something. There is a government website. We can go and get the data from that, and we will create a sample report, and then we will publish into Power BI service. Okay, meanwhile, if it is not opening, yeah, it's open. So this is how it opens. You simply close this. Okay, and for you it might be asking for sign in and all, but you can simply close that yellow button, and this is how it looks like. And here you see there are actually this is one column here, you see. Okay, and you see this is the biggest area. Here we will develop the reports. Okay, and here you see this visualization pane. Okay, and here you see the fields pane. Okay, so 1 2 3, but apart from there is a filter pane also here. Okay, filter pane is optional, you can off also, it's possible, but 1 2 3, and the last one is here in the down. Here you can create the pages. Page 1 is here, but when you click the plus, you will see different pages. And most important thing is this one, the ribbon pane. Ribbons, home, insert, all those stuff, right? So these are the things. We will talk extensively all of them, all these options. But this is a ribbon. This is most important to go to a modeling and data and visualization. You can switch this views, but in the visualization view, this is how you will see all these things or in the visualization. Okay, so this is all about the Power BI desktop overview. But now let's understand what we are going to do with the report. Okay, how we are going to, as I said, source is what? IMF data. Okay, IMF database. Though it's not a database, it's online data. Okay, I'm going to search for IMF database. Let me go here again. So search for IMF database. So automatically you will get it April 2021. That's the latest one it looks like. And the imf.org. Okay, you can click this. Okay, World Economic Outlook. Okay, if you go here, you see download World Economic Outlook, World Economic Outlook. Okay, April 2021 edition. You click on by countries. Okay, anyway, it's recording. You will get it. And all countries, click on this and then click on select all. Okay, and continue. Okay, all countries will be selected. Now here you can take any of the data set. There are different data sets available, but take one. So I have selected one. This become green. Then click continue. The third step. Now fourth step. Here you can select the years. You can just reduce. If your laptop is less RAM, you can just go to 2019. That's to 2024. And this is start. The futuristic data is also available. The estimated data. Okay, so you can click the prepare report, but this is not the report that I'm going to do. I'm going to create inside Power BI. Okay, here you see the report, but this is not that great. Okay, you will create the very good report better than this in Power BI. So I have opened this. I'm going to get data. Okay, we will work with this get data, not to worry. So when you click on get data, you will see these options. So we are going to work with this Power BI desktop. We are going to work with files, databases, Power Platform, Azure, which is a cloud technology, and online services and others. So there are 99 plus sources Power BI can connect. That's what Microsoft is saying. It's more than 100. Okay. So when it comes to SSIS, SSIS will not be connecting these many sources. It will just connect only a couple of data sources, not more than 10. But when it comes to Power BI, it has a lot of powerful capabilities. It can connect 100 plus data sources. That is the biggest difference between SSIS and Power BI, right? Biggest advanced technology, right? So now here I'm going to work with a web as a source. So it's a website. IMF is what? It's a website. So I can just say the connector, the source type is web. What is the actual source? IMF website. But what is the source type here? Web. Okay, we will discuss this. These are things that you should remember. Anyway, I'm going to work. I will explain all my reports, projects. So here the source type is web. Source type is web. Okay. But what is the source? Source is IMF database website or IMS database April 2021 dataset. Okay, so this is the one. This is a source, but this is source type, and that's what we have used get data. Now you see it's asking a URL. When you click on web, it will open up this from web. Okay, here what I need to do, I need to copy this URL. Okay, and right click, copy, and then put it into here, and then click OK. So the web scraping will be done beyond the scenes. Okay, the powerful intelligent tool. This is the intelligent tool. That's what the Microsoft is talking about this tool. That's the reason they have given this power word. Okay, so the connectors and everything, the process will be done beyond the scenes. Okay, it will web scrap that link, and it will create two tabs. One is table view and then the web view. See, the web is actually scrapped and downloaded into this Power BI desktop. But I don't think something is useful from here, but you can go here and see. Now automatically the web scrap is given, two HTML files as well as two tables. Okay, so now you check this table and you check everything. It is nothing useful. HTML data. Still, this is also HTML. I don't want. And this is looks good. And let me go to this one. There are 12 columns there, and here is 11 columns. Let's go for 12th column. One is extra that we have here, and see what is this, that extra. So I'm going to take this, and you can closely observe, and you take some time to observe that, but I'm choosing this. And here I'm oh, sorry, when it was stopped. Okay, sorry. Can you see now? Okay, anyway, my screen is recorded, that's for sure. Whether I've shared or not shared, but it might be recorded. That's what I suggest. So what I've done so far, it could be, let me show you again. So went into get data. I don't know when it was stopped, so I'm just clicking on get data, search for web, and choose the web and click connect. Okay, and then paste it. How to paste? You need to copy this and then paste it here. Okay, click OK. Now you will see this. Hope this might be lost for some time. That's what I feel. But let me know if anything is missed out. I will explain you. Okay, I have taken this table 2 because it has 12 columns. So now still it is not loaded. If you observe this part, the load and transform is grayed out. It's disabled. Why? Because you need to click here to make it yellow tick here. Then only they will be enabled. I can load it if the data is structured and the way I want to have in my report, but this is not the way I want to see. The column 1, column 2 is not the headers. These are the headers. So I need to do some transformation on top of this data. So a Power Query will open up. What is this Power Query? The tool inside the tool, ETL tool. What is this? The tool inside the tool. This is Power BI Desktop. This is Power Query Editor. You see the word, the Power Query Editor. Okay. We will also talk tomorrow what is actually the 2 versions of Power BI that we will see. Okay, Excel Power BI and Power BI Desktop Power BI. So that we will talk tomorrow, but for now just understand the Power Query. Okay, what is Power Query? The tool inside the tool. Okay, and that tool will be open up when you click on transform. Now here you see this is my header. Okay, here you see all my headers, but here in the home ribbon, again this is a new home ribbon and everything. We will talk extensively the applied steps and everything. Automatically 3 applied steps applied by the tool itself, but for now this is the header. That's what we feel. So we will make that header by clicking use first row as a header. And you see this is actually we have done, but automatically data type changed. Okay, that's how the tool is meant for. Automatically it will read first 200 records and it will try to evaluate what kind of data type it is. So based on that it will change. When it comes to Power Query, your 60 to 70% of work will be done just to change these data types. So what is the most important thing in the Power Query? The data type. Okay, so country obviously it's a text data type, and the subject descriptor I really don't want, and units I don't want, and scale I don't want, and notes also I don't want. So I will remove all of them. How I've removed? Shift selected and I've removed. We can do multiple ways. Okay, if you go back here and you will see all of the other steps. You can go at any point of time, you can go back and see your previous data. Okay, if you want you can also remove the step and you will see that, and you can still remove this and remove this, and you can see that everything. So this is how you can go back and still you can see the source. Source is your website, that link, and then the extended format it will automatically done, then the change data type is done. Still you can remove this, but this is your first row headers, then again you can do that and the data type change automatically done. Now this is country. Here I'm going to tell you again one more way to remove the columns. So I want country. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this, and click OK. So two ways I've done. One is shift and select the column headers, and it will entirely select the column, and simply right click and remove. And the other one is choose columns. Okay. We will talk this extensively in another project as well, so that you will get some kind of deeper understanding in the real project kind of stuff that I'm going to explain. But for now, two ways we can do anything. We can do multiple ways, okay, which suits for our requirement, which is the efficient one that we need to decide as an experts going forward, right? So here I'm going to do one concept called unpivoting. Okay, I will select this, unpivot these columns, other columns, go to transform, go to unpivot, and because I have selected this and I'm saying unpivot other columns. So unpivot output is, oh, no, something is wrong here. Just wait. Okay, it's, select only two columns. That is the reason. So you select this and do unpivot other columns. No, still it's wrong. So I'll tell you. It's actually selecting wrong columns. So that is the reason. Let me select all these columns and do unpivot columns. This will give you, still it is not given the right one. Something is actually happening. It's only selecting these two columns. Even I select oh yeah, this is also not required because here is here years are actually there. Okay, that is the reason. Okay, let me remove this also. Okay, so now let me do this. Okay, years are actually available here. So why we need an additional column? So that is the reason I removed this column also. Now let me do this. Okay, unpivot columns. We will talk extensively on unpivot. Okay, for now just think that when you click unpivot, rows will become columns. So you might select n number of columns, but when you do unpivot, the output is two things, two columns. One is attribute, the other one is value. Okay, here the attribute is actually year, but if you go back and see, the number of columns, number of rows are here 197, but after you do unpivot, you will see 99 plus 9 records. So a lot of records, because the columns, number of columns reduce it to 2. So that is the reason rows will get increased. So previously country was only 1, but now 6, because 6 rows become 2. That is the reason. Okay, so here the data type is actually number. So actually it's not that it's a date, but it's not complete date. So I'm going to have a whole number 1, 2, 3, and this is not even text, and I'm going to change it to a decimal number because here we have a decimals. Okay, so this is what the transformation, the basic transformation that we have done. Okay, now I'm going to apply, close and apply. This is what we do in the Power Query, and once it's loaded, the data, you will see now, till now the data is not loaded here, but now Power BI is getting the data from Power Query, and data is loading. ETL, L is actually happening now. E and T done in Power Query, L is actually happening here. So that is called ETL. Now you see some errors. Interesting, right? So 16 errors. You will go and check what is the cause for error. So when you click on that, it will open up the Power Query. We will go and see the Power Query. These many errors. See, it's just created a new data set altogether. And if you click on that error, you will come to know why it is error. See, it is because you created 1.2, which is a decimal, but NA is a text. NA is what? It is a text. You see here, NA. NA is not a decimal number, it's a text. So how I can understand this? So that is the reason I am giving error. That's what my Power Query will tell you. So what you need to do, you need to go to the actual one. Here you have error. So you see now error, and simply you can remove errors because we know that is causing by NA, or you can go to unpivot step, not the change data type. Here you can search for NA. Okay, multiple ways we can do it. Okay, multiple ways we can do it. I can simply remove errors because I know it's because not applicable record. So I can simply remove errors. I can go back to this previous step and remove NA so that you will not get this. Now I can come here. Now you see this blue line, clean blue line. Now you see, if I go here, nothing will be there, but still error. See, what is this? Dash dash. So now you need to do fix this dash dash also. Okay, it's in the value only. So go here and look for dash dash. Not here, go here. See, where is the dash dash? Either in the top or in the bottom. It's not. Okay. What I will do, I will simply remove the errors. Simple. Okay, remove the errors. Okay, now you can go back and check. Still it is there. Huh? Dash dash. We could not convert the dash dash. This is also a dash dash. Let me go back here. Previously it was not coming. First of all, let's see the errors are there or not. Keep errors. Okay, Venezuela error is there. Okay. Now let's remove the error. And then keep the errors, whether they are there or not. Now they are not there. Okay, now it's removed. Now let's go back and check. Now it's empty. This is perfect. Now we can load it. So this is how you can fix the error. Okay, we will see this. This is just a sample one. Okay, so I'm running out of the time, so I'm just going little quicker. But we will go very, thoroughly, and we will understand how to do the error handling. Okay, but now you have created this data set. This is a table that you see here. Okay, and this is the data that you will see here. Okay, and here you will develop the report. Okay, you can give a report name, right click and rename and give IMF data. Okay, you can rename the table, and here we can create a visual. So as it is a country, okay, we will categorize this to a country. Either you can do it here, or you can the data you can go and just categorize as a, it's not this one, the country. Okay, this is the not county. See, county is a village in US language, but there is a country. You see, now you observe here the globe symbol will come. Previously it was not there. When you categorize, you will see the symbol. And what is this value? Okay, the value is summarized, the lambda symbol, or what is this, some symbol, lambda or sigma, whatever it is. Okay, the symbol that you see is summarization. Okay, but this attribute is nothing but a year actually. Either you can double click and change the year there or here, that's fine. And this is the GDP value. Okay, I can say GDP value. Okay, so that's how you can change it. And year summarize is not a good idea. Why you need to sum 2019 plus 2019, right? So it's not meaningless. So don't summarize. You can do that. So this is how summarization data category. We will see this extensively later. We will talk about them later, but we will work with all these three areas, and then we will bring this here. So automatically a visual will be, go to file, options, settings, options, global security, and see details. And the map, field map is disabled. To enable them, go to file, settings, options, and global security. Okay, file, options and settings, options, global security. That's what it's saying, global security. Where is the global security? And global security. Security is there, but is there anything global security? Okay, here you see custom visual map and field map. This is disabled. Okay, that is the reason it's not coming. Okay, now click OK. Now I think we need to restart, I guess, but let me try again. I'm saving. So I'm saving into March. I've created a new folder called March. So I will put March 2022. So I'm going to create a IMF IMF report. So I'm just saved it. Let me remove this image and let me put this again. You see, now it's came. Okay, sometimes you will see some challenges. So it's because of some kind of metadata, some programs will run beyond this tool. Okay, so sometimes because of your .NET framework, because of your version, desktop version, because of some updates, you might face some challenges. But be calm, just close and restart the machine and do it. So restart will give you a lot of solutions. Okay, first you close and open, and still it's not resolved, then restart your machine. Still it's not go for a do updates. So these are the kind of backtrack mechanisms that we need to follow to solve our issue. Okay. um, Now this is a map. See, automatically the map is there, and if I bring again this here and to have it a slicer, and if you want to see anything like Benin, you don't know where is Benin. Benin is available in South Africa. So Bolivia, so it's in Brazil, South America. So right, so you can just check like this, and not only that, you can have this map here, and you can also have a sample table. Okay, so I'm just showing a glimpse. So the the report, the visuals will interact, okay, each other. Okay, so now I'm going to put a sample table there, and in this table I will give you those three values: year, okay, and then the GDP value, okay, and then I can also give some kind of a column charts or the bar charts. Okay, maybe column charts will give you a good in this case. Okay, so because the space, right? So you can also put some kind of ES slicer here there. Okay, slicer you can apply. So you can just we will talk all of them. Okay, you can see in 2022 Bangladesh how it would be. Okay, so this is how it would be. You can enable the data value. We'll see you can do a lot of reporting techniques. We will talk in detail, in depth, but for now I've just created a basic report. Then what so we need to publish this. So this is the developer task that we have done so far. Okay, I will take another 4 minutes. Okay, so we will publish this to a Power BI service. So there are two ways to publish. We can just click this, it will ask for to sign in. Okay, first of all you need to save it. Okay, then we will ask for the sign in. Okay, the other way is, let me open this Power BI service, where it is. So let me try here, app.powerbi.com, powerbi.com. So here I will say Mahendra.academy. Let me check my email address. Okay, just a second. So this is my email address. Copy. The password is also there, so I'm just removing this. This is how I'm going to give you an email address. So you need to use this and then click submit. Okay, it will just come like this, and you need to wait for this and click sign in. So here you need to enter the password. Now you can skip for 14 days, that's fine, and then click yes and click never, that's fine. Get started. Okay, so this is how you will see when you log in for the first time. But we have already created a lot of workspaces. We can create still workspaces. In each workspace, you will see a lot of reports and dashboards. Okay, you see this and this, and we will also see you in the lineage view. Okay, to understand the flow of each report, we will create from reports to dashboards, dashboards to apps and everything that we will talk this impact analysis and everything. Okay, so in detail we will discuss with the lineage view importance everything. These are the data sets, these are the reports and dashboards, and you can see everything here. Okay, now whatever I have created this report, I need to bring it here, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this and I'll close this, and using get data, this is second way. Okay, first way is to just publish that button, and you can quickly do that and go to Power BI and go to March 2022 and this IMF report. How I've gone to get data? Choose first, go to your workspace and then use this button, or you might be seeing this get data option here. Okay, and then click on that and then you will get it. Now you don't know where is that report, right? So what you need to do is double click this. You will see a lot of techniques like this. Where is I muted? It should have come top. I don't know. Okay, it might be scheduled refresh. That is the reason it is coming in this top. But this is how you will see here in the real time. Here you see in each and every year you see this data. But yeah, this is very basic report. Okay, but in the real time you will see a lot. Okay, and we will create a lot of reports. This is very basic report. This is the report, and here from here you can either share here by just giving the link. I will share with you. Whoever can access it, they can try to access it, but it might not be access for you. You might require some sign in, otherwise you won't get it. This is how we can share, but we will not share the end user like this. Okay, we will create the dashboard on top of this, and we will create the apps. Okay, then we will share, and we will see in future like why we are going to do that. Okay, so what is the importance of app, what is the importance of dashboard, how many ways we can create dashboard. There are 6 to 8 ways we can create the dashboard. Okay, that is the level of depth that we can go. And we will create IoT dashboards, Internet of Things, the live data, just like ECG. When you go to hospital, when you check your heartbeat, the ECG will come, right? So the way that kind of data sets also available, and we can get the report on top of that, the live data. Okay, so that we are going to do with PubNum, right? So that level of understanding that we will discuss in further sessions, and that's what this training all about. And now Q&A, time for question and answers. If you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask me so that I will clarify you, or you can use my WhatsApp number to have a discussion. Okay, anything is fine. You can ask the doubt now, or in your WhatsApp is also fine. And if you want have any personal discussion after this call, after this class, call me so that we can discuss personally to clarify your doubts. You might be having some personal suggestions, any career counseling, or any other thing that you would like to discuss. Okay, that is the training process. 7 to 8 will be the training. It might extend for 8:20, 8:15, 8:30, sometimes based on the subject flow and everything. But sometime we will also give for your question and answers, and your real-time issue. If you open desktop and everything, and you can show me your error, I will try to fix within that 10 to 20 minutes. Okay, that is additional offer that you can avoid from me, right? And we will extensively talk about the database as a source, SQL Server. Okay, I will try to give you cloud, Azure data lake as a source, like Azure Analytical Services as a source. Okay, with Azure Analytical Services, with SSA Starter model, with 10 years of experience, you will get 40 lakhs package. Okay, that is the market. It's not my words. Go and search in Quora. Okay, you don't need to ask this question how it's possible. That's the possible. Okay, you can search in Quora. Quora is a kind of a social media just to discuss on particular topic. What is the 15 years of experience IT person? What is the average salary in India? You can search for this. 10 years, 5 years. You can search for that, and you will see the real numbers. real discussions. People will discuss. People will upward to see others. Okay, so you can also do that. It's good to have. Okay, good to work. Good to read Quora than your newspaper. Right. That's my suggestions and that's the class. If you have any questions, please feel free to connect with me after this class, or you can join from tomorrow at the same time. That's all, and thank you for joining. Have a great day. Happy Mahashivratri.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
and
Baba.
wish you the same, sir.
Thank you.
Happy Shivratri.